Hello Taurus, kia ora koutou katoa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming and along and tuning into my channel and the readings that Spirit and the other worldly energies that I work with and higher beings that I work with, and the message that we all bring through for you. And I hope they make sense to you. And anyway, if they don't, just take what does and leave what doesn't. Okay, so and check out what your other signs are saying for you. Okay, and be open to what else is possible is the first card that comes in here. So yes, so this is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. So if you're not sure which sign, what they mean by that, just we're all connected on our astrological chart or signs. We don't have just the one, and depending on our date of birth and time of birth. It can vary, so for each other. So I do encourage you to check it, and just so you can figure out what it is, more so for what is going on with you in your life. It's pertaining or specifically for you. So, and I'm saying that because these reads are general. So, like I say, just take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. And for some of you, it's the whole lot, the whole kit and caboodle is going to resonate for you. And so what checking out the other signs will help with to do, I feel like we're going to do 4 instead of 3, is to help just give you a bit more of an comprehensive overview about what might be going on for you. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do that now, or during or after the video. So on your screen, I think it's on the left hand side, or be on the right hand side actually. You will see a subscribe box there, or just below the video, to keep in touch, to see what else is coming up for you in the sorry, there's a lot going on there. I'm feeling a little bit distracted, so it may be like that for you. So just to keep in touch with any notifications that come up, it'll come up for you. So oh geez, all my videos will come up, so and you can choose whichever ones you like to that resonate with you. Okay, so anyway, they just like get on with it. It's like, okay, so there may be something that is coming up for you, like get on with it. So I'm feeling like a little bit of a push, but it's coming with the way that I'm thinking about things. So be open to what else is possible. As I feel like, so some of you may have like been a little bit closed-minded, or a little bit closed-minded about something, or closed your energy in about a career, a person, a perspective, with perception about something. So they're just like asking you to open your energy up to what else is possible out there for you, because things are changing in the world, and things are changing here in New Zealand, and that sort of thing. So it's like, and I feel like this whole committed for not just New Zealand, but for the whole world. It's getting us to review things about how we see things, how we communicate, how we, what our perception or our perspective is like, and what serves us for our highest and greatest good, and what doesn't, So there's that, finding and connecting and aligning with, well, not all of us are, but some of us are, and the good portion of us are. So like I say, whatever resonates for you, but for ourselves, and it's not really going in, okay, it is being mindful about what others do. It's just having that open mind. It's like, oh, well, that's how they see it. That's how they do it. So, that's their journey. Okay. And being okay with it. So some of you may be a little bit rattled with that, for yourself, but with others. So there's this whole interconnectedness with ourselves, and disconnectedness with ourselves, coming and going, and that. So it may be in with others and the way that we see things. So it's a little bit of a jumble, that energy, but I feel like it's kind of, and things maybe not moving in the direction in where you thought it was, or it's taken a fracking long time to get to a certain point. But if you have a look in between that, there may be things that needed to be tweaked, or you weren't quite confident enough at that time to put forward an idea, or put yourself forward to stake claim for something. But now, as things have evolved and you've evolved or changed or moved or revolved, whatever it is, you've started to, probably the whole lot actually, because there's been a sifting and shuffling around of things, new things coming in, so it means we're having to declutter this and that. So I feel like you're in more of a position now of not making, of making a decision or decisions or choices, to take a chance in something or to see some certain things from another point of view. And it's maybe opening up a door of where to now. And it's like, but there may be some things going on in here. So it's quite exciting on saying that, because it's like being open to, what else is possible for you, whether it be, children, having a family, starting a family, and, a new job, a new business, or a, moving, shifting countries, selling up and moving out and going, off the grid, or, or coming back onto the grid, whatever it is, or whatever your journey is. It's like, I feel like a lot of you may be more opening up to, other possibilities out of me now. And some of you maybe not, because it may be like, we may be still, and even if you are, there may be still a little bit of something that's not quite sitting right, and that's okay, because you're processing it. So I do feel like here with the moon here, the moon card has come out, so keeping an eye and connecting with the moon energy as far as, keeping an eye on your moods, and when to move, and like, just even like what I'm hearing is like, if you, take have a look around the moon cycles, and some of you may be taking a little bit more notice of that now, when your energy is a little bit elevated and you're feeling like you're wanting to get moving with something, because the moon, the sun and the planets, they all play a part in that. So even if you're not really into reading about the moon, just listen intuitively to your energy, because your energy is saying, like, I need to get moving. And intuitively, it's like, okay, I need to take the next step with it, or I need to hold off there on. And you maybe, when the planet goes into retrograde, it's not so much that it's going backwards, but it might feel like that, but it's just slowing down. It will slowed down. And so it may be feeling like things like at the moment are feeling like a little bit of hard work in a way, but take that hard out of it, and it's like challenging, or it's just like maybe, it's maybe not what you're meant to be doing like right now. So you may be feeling that it's like, no, I need to do this and I want to do that. So the thing about, so it's keeping an eye on that. And so moving when your natural rhythm of you feels it or sense it, to take action. And sometimes we're needing to like just slow down and just cope and work and manage with what work or whatever it is, energy we've got to do whatever it is that we need to do, but without being too hard on yourself, okay? So we have a new moon that's coming up. Now let me see, next month we've just the 31st. I'm not sure when the next new moon is, but I feel like for that there's new moons about new beginnings, as with the full moon on saying that. But typically this is about, a good time to like, get going with some things and putting in new, there's usually a different theme, but it's about new beginnings in some way or form. So I feel this month it's about, getting things into sequence, your goals into sequence. And I think next month, let me go and have a look. The next month is, let me see, being, with that determination and being in that, is your determination maybe a little bit stronger around there. So that time, so it's like maybe there is something about, allowing yourself to go into that space or setting yourself up for that time and utilizing that energy to, with your determination, because you are very determined, energies anyway. So, and you may not have been, in that space, for a while. So I do feel like looking at what the new moon cycles are about for you as well. And, whatever that the theme is around that time, because it will depend on what planets are around at that moment. So travel, there is something to do with travel for some of yous. Okay, so not necessarily overseas at the moment for us here in New Zealand at the moment, but whatever it is that's on the cards, I feel. And it's like maybe you're looking at planning and traveling, so there's something like tying up some loose ends as well. Others of you maybe, you know, around the world there, you may be a little bit more open and freer to travel, but I do feel like there's something opening up about travel, and you may be thinking, you know, literally some of you, I feel like maybe shifting, you know, overseas, or maybe it's just maybe you haven't really fully made your mind up until just recently, or around in the next couple of weeks or this month, and it's like, okay, yep, I know, I feel like, you know, I'm really more ready to do that. And for whatever reason, something is helping you shift your perspective. I'm going to take all these because they just flew out just nicely. So we have, you know, the Queen of Pentacles here. It's like, this is you. You know, whether you're a male or a female energy, this is you. So it's depending on, you know, where your actions are. But I feel like she can be very self-critical, but also not just self-critical, but critical of others as well. But she likes these nice things. And I feel like this is like not letting go of the dream, basically. It may be a little bit weird at the moment and a little bit holdy, you know, having to hold off and juggle finances around, juggle energy around at the moment, and with a bit of uncertainty. But this is hold on to that dream, is in, you know, hold on to it, not tightly, but just hold onto it in that sense. Like, hold it in your energy, in the sense that you're not squeezing it, or you're not out of fear or anything, but just gently hold on to that, knowing that actually I'm heading in the right direction, I'm working with it, but being open to what else is possible, you know, out there and for you, and how that can come about. The Seven of Cups is like, you know, checking in with yourself as well. It's like, come through here, checking in, check with, you know, where your dreams are they, you know, are you like basically trying to force something to happen, make something happen for yourself or for somebody else. It's like there's something about concentrating on where you want to go for you, basically. But also, you know, being mindful about, you know, about where they're going, yeah, about the dreams that are, I feel like there's something to do with like, gosh, where they're going with that, because I can see something like toppling over. I can feel like there's something about, you know, going with where your heart feels like where you feel like your heart wants to go. But it's not like, you know, this is here, like, it's like looking at things from another perspective and how you're going to get there as well. But I feel like I'm just being drawn to him down there. It's not like really digging your claws in, is it forcing something to happen, or like not, or this is about you lifting your head up and moving towards what it is that you're wanting, rather than that which you don't want. Okay, so they're shifting that energy around in there. And then we have the Prince of, see, look, we have the, you know, the Prince of Pentacles here. So the Prince is like, there's something that, some seeds that you've sown with this Moon card here. And so something is moving along. I wouldn't, it's not so much harvesting, but it's moving. You've planted some seeds and the seeds are coming up, or whatever, the seeds for whatever, a business, a project, a job, your perspective, your spiritual, you know, what you're thinking about spiritually or soulfully on a soul level. Things are moving because you've been paying attention to it. But things are moving to the point where there's a new opportunity that comes out of it. I feel like there is, with this new moon energy, there is a new opportunity, and with some determination, which is interesting, you know, you'll be able to, like, it's like there's something about another project, or move into something which is more in line about what you are thinking or feeling, you know, where you're wanting to go. Or you are needing to, you can see something different in it now. So I feel like for some of you, this is a completely new idea, or completely, you know, different to what it is that you're already doing. Others of you, it's like you'll be handing over the reins to somebody else, and, you know, and they'd be able to do it, and, you know, but there's still some sort of teamwork there. Some of you, it's like there is like just this whole, you know, like, okay, this is, I've figured out where it is, and I can actually maneuver or manipulate, you know, this from that in order to get to to where I need to go. And I feel like some of you, with this travel, with whatever that is, it's something, there's something in with that as well. Oh gosh, there's a whole lot going on in there. I will take all of these actually, because there's something here with this one with the travel, the Five of Swords. So it's like there is something, a little bit of struggle and frustration going on there, thinking about things, and I think you may go into your mind as how's that going to happen. But it's like, I feel like for some of you, it's like really just not, just not going there, I'm saying that because you just could, I'm hearing like wasting energy. But it's like putting up the idea and just letting it flow, because it comes back to be open to what else is possible for you before you can move on to that. There is the star here, and we're just going to go through this again. The star here is that star of hope there. Keep that in, there, whatever it is that you've got, you're wanting to move through. There's a project or projects, whether it be your work or career, there's something shifting within that, but it's keeping your eyes on the dream, keeping your eyes on your heart on the dream, where you're wanting to go, basically, and not seeing, there are some things that there may be for some of you, it's like you went on, took a certain path and it didn't pay off, or it didn't kind of work out how you thought about how it would. But once again, being open to the possibilities, maybe that's the end of the track for that. Not necessarily a failure, but there's something more that is checking. I feel like there's checking in with yourself, and I feel like there's something for some of you is like just picking yourself up and go for the dream, because you may have got in your head back here, and this head there. So it's just like, anchor yourself, basically ground yourself. And even though you're a Taurus sign, there's a lot of pentacles here, a lot of you planting the seeds, toiling the soil. But I do feel like with this prince there's something on the move. It might be a bit slow, but it'll start to pick up. But I feel you'll get an idea with this new moon and how you can move it. Or somebody presents you with an idea or a gift, and an idea, and I'm giving you an idea, a gift where you can grab a little bit of that, and and a little bit of momentum to get something moving energetically wise. And it could be a family member that brings that through for you, but it's like, and there's maybe an air sign around you as well, that may be traveling as well, that's coming through, and it may be like freaking you out a bit as well. So it may be that you may be starting to contemplate, okay, travel, living somewhere new, travel, as in around the country or across the world. We have the Seven of Wands there. So there's something about, with this checking with your dream, you may be, there's a sense of a little bit defensive. So you may be fending off other people's thoughts and ideas as you take action into something or towards something that you're wanting to do for you. So it's like, something like that may be coming up for you. The Three of Cups here is like there's a celebration of some sort that's going in here with this Prince of Pentacles and this moon energy. So we do have a full moon that's coming up on the 21st of October. So, and that, and the theme around that, should have check it with that one, is, responsible to the end. So I feel like, when they talk about responsible to the end is, there's a clearing or an energy or sitting with yourself and taking note of what is yours and what is not yours, and leaving it at that, but healing that, and saying that it's not like turning it into a mountain or a molehill, but it's about healing that situation. The Ten of Wands here is like there's something that is moving, you're transitioning through a space and a time where you're able to, like with this new moon energy, because that's interesting. The 10 is like a transitioning time from that energy moving into something new that's more opening up and curious actually about where to now, with the going into, say, if it was the Prince of Wands and where you're wanting to go with, with things. Interesting, there's Saturn, the planet in the background there. So I actually feel like we've actually gone into Saturn actually now, or we're still in the middle of Saturn, as far as planets that are around now in retrograde. I can't remember what I read the other day, but anyway, but Saturn is definitely around at the moment, which is interesting. So it could be your ruling planet or a planet for you. I'm not really sure where the ruling planets lie with each star sign, but the fact that I've just said that, it could well be for you. And it's like, and now that it's come up, it could well be for you, but it could be something that may be affecting a lot of yous in your chart at the moment. As far as you moving into this, you know, where this where this burst of energy, a new energy that's coming with it, as far as, you know, you working and planning towards where you're going in the future for career-wise, business-wise, family-wise even, and it's kind of all encompassing there. But it's like maybe you've been like struggling in a way, or being defensive with somebody, or having not defensive in a negative way, but having to defend yourself and carry somebody else's load, where it's like, phew, I feel like I can let that go now, okay? Or I feel like it's almost like, no, I really need to let that go now, because I can pursue your own area, or another area of interest for you, okay? There's something like that. So with this travel here, I'll just get a card out, see what comes up to, as to clarify that a bit. So what have we got here to clarify travel and the Five of Swords for Taurus? Okay, I've got those two coming through. So there's a transition in the way that you're thinking about things with that too. So because we have the Death card here, so something is, you know, shifting or dying away in a way with some of the way that you've been thinking about things, and opportunities you know, are coming out of that, I'm hearing, with this Ten of Swords as well. So something is coming to an end in that as well. It's like you kind of come to, what is it, come to, somebody say, kind of come to your senses about things, but I feel you kind of come to a sense of peace and of where and how this may affect you. And there's a sense of, you know, grief in a way, but not grief as in somebody necessarily dying, but for some of you it could be that, or passing over, and traveling into, you know, another dimension, basically. Whew, there's something, but there's something about, you know, there's definitely something in the old way of thinking, doing, knowing things as well. You know, there's a death to the way that you're thinking about things, basically, and how you used to think about things is about traveling, and that maybe it's like, oh, I can't do that, but actually, you know what, you've maybe figured out, actually, yes, I can. So there's something about that coming up, okay, with you this month. And so there is, well, end of this month, and this is your mid-October reading, so there may be something that you're processing in that. So and this is just to really, you know, maybe helping you to understand some things from the monthly read that you may have listened to. So anyway, I hope that makes sense to you, but there's definitely some movement, some beautiful, amazing healing energy that's coming through. So anyway, I'm going to leave that with you, with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure in abundance, prosperity in abundance as well, across all time, spaces, and dimensions. Anyway, bye for now.